Uh-oh. So we finally have a webcam. And it's not a big budget camera or anything like that. It's just a webcam that mounts on the top of the monitor. And it's on top of the monitor that I can look at to see you guys. Where I have XSplit sitting at. So this is going to be a new feature for us from now on. Except for the football streams. Considering the cam, you might want to change the whole layout. That has to be approved by Leo. If I did that, you'll see the graininess. You lose all quality. I tried that. I tried it. That's why it's like that. It lost. Alright. We're going to continue with our case. Oh, that was Leo's. That was there. Tonight is the final night of one of London's greatest traditional events, the Riverside Festival. Inspector Hastings calls the agency to let Katrielle know of an incident that's occurred. Probably. The team rushed to meet him, only to find that, in fact... Oh, that's right. I got farthings. Okay. So let's go to the wardrobe. Alright. You guys get to choose, because I got 5 farthings. What outfit do you guys like? And we'll wear it for today's stream. Which blue? This one? The sweet sweets? That one? No. Black. So you want this, the minty one? We'll go with the minty one. We're gonna change it straight away. Alright. Give me 1 second here. You'll know all my secrets here in a moment. Excuse me, would you point us in the direction of Mayor Lowanida's office, please? Oh, the mayor? Yes, she's, probably in her chamber. I should think so anyway. Probably. That's it? Really makes us believe you know what you're talking about. I'm Ms. Lowanida's, secretary, Hessie Tate. Pleased to meet you. Did you need to, see the mayor about something? She's extremely busy today. I'm not sure that she'll have time to fit in any unscheduled appointments. I didn't realize the mayor had so much to do. Oh, well, Ms. Lowanida is a very dedicated individual. As I'm sure you all know, she's taken it upon herself to totally revolutionize the way the city is, well, governed. At present, she's pushing forward her plans for environmental projects as well as welfare reforms. Golly, she certainly does sound like she keeps herself busy. Yes, and of course now it's the festival as well. Is the mayor personally involved in the running of the festival then? Most definitely. Mayor Lowanida goes to extreme lengths to ensure the festival's success. Every year she plans a great deal of the events herself, and she's always present on site to oversee the setting up and other arrangements. And this year's festival is on a larger scale than last year, so it's been all hands on deck around here. Well, I'm very sorry to be disturbing you at such an obviously busy time. If you could just tell us where the mayor's office is? Of course. It's just inside and up the stairs. Good day to you now. The mayor sounds so busy. I wonder if she'll agree to meet with us. Oh, it was her who asked the inspector investigate, so I would think she'll make time. But let's go and see. Alright. So we're going to walk inside. Mayor Laurinida! Ah, that's her over there. Good, let's go and talk to her then. We should be able to look around. Alright. Well, we found a mask. I feel like I know who that is in the portrait, but the name escapes me. I expect it's a portrait of one of the former mayors. I could do without the disapproving look. Hey, I can't help being a dog, mister. Mayor Laurinida, sorry to bother you when you're so busy. Inspector Hastings, CID. Oh, Inspector, I'm pleased to finally meet you in person. And your colleagues are... Oh yes, these three. Well, these two and the dog are from the Layton Detective Agency. The Layton Detective Agency? That's right. I've enlisted their help for this case. Miss Layton has proven herself an extremely capable crime solver. Only the other day, she helped solve a very difficult case for us. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Mayor Laurinida. Katrielle Layton at your service. Feel free to call me Kat if you prefer, or Katrielle. I really don't mind. And I'm Miss Layton's loyal assistant, Ernest Greaves. Hello, Ernest. And your dog? Is she also part of the Layton team? Absolutely. Though she's a he. Cheryl performs police dog duties for us. He's indispensable to the work we do. She. Well, that's good to hear. Because the success or failure of the Riverside Festival really hinges on resolution of this case. In fact, I hope you won't take offense, but I'd just like to see your skills in action by having you solve this little puzzle. A boy and a girl are lost in a maze. Guide them each in turn along the path until they meet. Switch between controlling the boy or the girl using L and R, and move them using the directional buttons. When they tread on a switch on the ground, any gates with matching flowers elsewhere in the maze open up. Alright, so... we certainly do have, let's see. Okay.
I've seen how to solve this now. And that's how it's done.
Are you sure, Katrielle, that's how it's done? You did it! The boy and the girl are safely back together again. Phew! Well, that's very impressive, I must say. Your puzzle-solving skills are abundantly clear. I feel confident that I can entrust the Riverside Festival case to you now. Oh yes, Miss Laurinida. You can count on us. There are a number of troubling points about this case, most notably the stark resemblance of the legend of the Thames. I'm not aware of a legend of the Thames, I'm afraid. I seem to recall hearing something like that before, but I forget the details. Allow me to explain. The tale goes like this. Long ago, a young man and woman, each from a distinguished London household, fell in love with one another. However, the two families were enemies, so the couple's love was forbidden. They were forced to arrange clandestine meetings every night, each coming as close to the other as they could, on opposite banks of the river. The woman's father learned of their activities and arranged one stormy night for her lover to be pushed into the river. What a stinker. The current was too strong for the man, and he was swept away to his death. Witnessing her lover's tragic end, the woman was heartbroken and threw herself into the river as well, ending her own life. I see. It's said that the couple's bodies were found days later, locked in an embrace. From then on, the ghosts of the couples were believed to draw young lovers to the river on clear, starlit nights as they lamented their tragic fate. So to appease the uneasy souls of the departed lovers, a festival was established. And that's the origin of the current Riverside Festival, I presume? That's right. It's a terrible, sad story. But in the end, the couple were united in love, which is what led to the belief that gazing at your loved one across the Thames will bless your relationship with good luck. Ah, yes, that's the idea behind the Riverside Show of Devotion, which is happening tonight, of course. Well, what an extraordinary similarity between the legend and the case we're currently investigating. Yes, it's either an incredible coincidence or someone contrived to mimic the legend on purpose. Interesting. It's a terrible shame that such a dreadful crime has sullied the festival. So many Londoners have been looking forward to it. We must get to the bottom of it at once so that the people's minds can be put at rest. I was told you asked for me to lead this investigation using a very small team of officers, Miss Laurinida. I don't understand why you wouldn't want the old force working on it, if it's important to get it resolved quickly. Yes, the problem is, a great many members of the public are present at the scene because of the festival. We send in squads of police officers will utterly destroy the atmosphere. After all, we're not even sure if it's a murder, an accident, or a suicide that we're dealing with. I should like to avoid alarming the public by keeping the investigation as low-key as possible. I see. Still. Inspector Hastings, everyone tells me what a talented police officer you are. They do? Yes. I hear you're dedicated and passionate about your work. One of the most admired detectives at Scotland Yard, I believe. Which is why I know I can rely on you to carry out this investigation swiftly and discreetly. Well, I don't know what to say. After such high praise, I can hardly turn you down, can I? Thank you, Inspector, and I'm grateful to you, too, Miss Layton, and your assistance. Now I'm afraid I'm rather busy. After the show of devotion tonight, the mayor always makes a speech. Of course, yes, we'll let you get on. Thank you. The festival is very close to my heart, so I do hope you'll get results soon. You just leave it to me, Miss Laurinida. One of the most admired detectives at Scotland Yard? He's certainly dedicated and passionate about his job, but that's something of an overstatement, isn't it? Just a bit. He'll hear you, Miss Layton. My drink. My crayon tropical drink. Alright, time to go back outside.
Oh, it's you.
Hmm?
You're that so-called detective who thinks you solve cases with gut feelings and instinct, aren't you?
Do I know you?
I'm Emiliana Perfetti, forensic analyst and profiling expert.
This is a character you're gonna love or you're gonna hate. It really depends.
Unlike some people, I base my deductions on hard evidence, facts and figures.
Well, that all sounds very impressive.
Yeah, impressively stuck up.
Cheryl's got it right.
Anyway, I'm investigating this case.
It says who?
To be perfectly honest, your involvement is a headache I could do without. You should just leave it to the professionals.
But she was asked by the mayor to do the investigation. So I don't think you have much say.
Well, as long as the case is solved in the end, does it matter if it's facts or fortuity that get you there?
Yes, actually it does, Katrielle.
There's no doubt in my mind that I'll solve this mystery.
Yes, we'll eventually get to that point.
Oh?
So, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. If you call rolling dice and drawing tarot cards work.
Katrielle Layton. Just because you're Professor Layton's daughter. Va bene? We'll see how far your methods get you.
Who was that woman, Inspector Hastings? She's a profiler. She's pretty well respected down at the yard. Millionaires Perfetti's her name. We call her Perfect Perfetti. A profiler? You mean someone who analyzes criminals and their motives? Yes. Something like that. Profiling's all about evaluating physical evidence and reconstructing crime scenes and the like. Perfetti's got a real knack for figuring out details about criminals by gathering a ton of information from crime scenes and analyzing everything she finds. She helped crack a number of cases that have had everyone else at the yard stumped. Sounds like she's a very talented lady. Yeah, and if we don't pull our claws out, she's going to steal our thunder and solve this case before we do. You're right, Cheryl. And when we're building our reputation, we could really do with solving high-profile cases like this one. Well, I'm going to head back to the yard and see how the investigation is progressing. What about you? I think we'll start by heading to the river where the incidents took place. Alright, well thanks, Kat. This isn't just about pleasing the mayor, of course. It's about allowing Londoners to enjoy the festival. I hear you loud and clear, Inspector, so we'll be running along. Alright. So we're gonna ride the bicycle. Next. So, this is where the festival takes place, is it? There's more going on than I expected, actually. Oh look, ice cream! Later! Yes, alright, Cheryl, I was only joking. The investigation comes first, I know. Oh, freshly baked muffins! Just smell that. Joking, were you really? You wouldn't know anything had happened, would you? Everyone seems to be having a jolly good time. But if our reporter friend Douglas Dirt is to be believed, the public are well aware of the incident. Perhaps we should talk to a few members of the public while we're here and see if we can learn anything new. Well, might as well. Stage show soundtrack? Okay. I'll take that. The way the festival lights dance on the water is quite enchanting, isn't it? When a boat goes by and disturbs the water, the reflections go all wobbly as well. The Thames is very still this evening, isn't it? There's barely any wind. Okay. Here. Always check the light fixtures. Aha! I thought I saw something sparkling here. It's a puzzle. Oh, yes. How funny. I thought it was some kind of decoration. I bet it'll sparkle even more brightly once I've solved it. Use the 3 enclosures to make a bed for the chicks. Press and hold A to pick up an enclosure and move it around. Position the enclosure so that all of the chicks are contained. Well, this shouldn't really be that hard. Alright. Oh, wait. This actually should be good.
This is an interesting one. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
I should really give the 3DS version a try because there are different puzzles in the 3DS version. You did it! The chicks are all contained within the enclosure. It's a little more cramped than expected though. Other than that, it's pretty much the same game. There, I was right. It's sparkling much more brightly now that I've found its solution. Oh yes, miss. You make everything sparkle more brightly. And here we go. Arr! Have you heard the rumors about what happened this morning? I say some fiend was shoved into the river, and then at last chucked herself in on the other bank. It's just like the legend of the Thames. So it is. I used to sing sea shanties about it when I was a lad. Now I'm here. I just found out about something called the Riverside Show of Devotion going off this evening. It's sad about the missing couple and everything, but I still want to enjoy the show. Lovely. Oh wow! Oh, wow! This is the Riverside Festival? I can't believe it! It's the best! I know, isn't it just the best? I suppose it is the most famous festival in London, mind you. I'd heard it was really boring though. But look at all these people here. Coming here was just the best idea, Benji. Well, I really wanted us to take part in the show of devotion tonight, but apparently you'll have to apply in advance. Oh no, really? But I wanted everyone to see how in love we are. Feels rather like the tragic incidents have actually attracted more people down here. Yes, it was always something of a low-key affair before the Riverside Festival. I think perhaps not very many people were ever really aware of it. So it seems that since people got wind of the incident, they've decided to come down here and see what the festival is all about. That's poor taste, that is. Well, it's the way of the world, Cheryl. It's only when things make the headlines for whatever reason that people realize what they're missing. It's like how all these people are in the presence of a great detective at this very moment, but they have no idea. I'm sure your name will be in the paper soon, Miss Layton. Don't you worry. Yes, hopefully anyway. We still haven't found out anything more about the incident, have we? No, there's so many people here for the festival, but no one seems to have actually seen what happened. Well, let's not forget that incident took place on both banks of the river. We should go and investigate on the other side as well. Come along, you two. Coming, miss. Other side. So this is where the missing woman threw herself into the river then. It's dead quiet on this bank compared to the other side where the festival's happening. Yes, but there's still plenty of passerby. Somebody may have seen something, but how will we ever find them? Well, we certainly won't find out anything unless we start asking people some questions. Alright. The lights flanking the caves are jolly pretty, aren't they? They do add the general air of festivity, don't they? All these lights? Is that safe, hanging electric lights from trees? I'm just asking. Oh! I found 10. Alright, well that's good. Oh, I got fashion parties. I don't have enough though to go on. Okay. So I need to talk to the cat. That's it. Pierce my eardrums, why don't you? Is that a puzzle he's pawing? Oh, I wonder what sort of puzzle a cat would be playing with. Yeah, a cat with a puzzle. Never seen that before. Alright, Pinstripe, I'll show you how it's done. After 5 friends arrive at an arranged meeting place, they each describe what they could see ahead of them on the way. Here's what they all say. A. I could see C because we were walking together. B. I could see a few people ahead of me. C. D was walking in front of A. D. I didn't see anyone. E. B was walking behind C. Could see C because of walking together. Well, then B must have been behind. So, A claims to have seen C. Okay. So that means and then B claims to see a few people ahead of him. I would say B was last. No, E would have had to have been last because he was walking behind C, maybe? Well, D and C were walking together. No. D was walking in front of A. But D didn't see anyone. And A and D were walking. Let's see. Oh, A and C were walking together. Okay. And then they were walking. D was walking in front of A. B said that they could see a few people, so if A and C were together and then D was in front of A, so B must have been behind them. B was walking and E said B was walking behind C, so E would have had to have been last. Nobody overtook anyone else on the way, so who arrived last? I'm going to say E did. Doesn't it sound like E was the last person? Since he must have seen everybody.
I eat puzzles like this for breakfast. That was too easy.
Yeah, it really was, actually. You did it. D was in front of A, and A and C were together behind her. B was behind C, and since it was E that saw them, he must have been right at the back. Ah, to be so laid back. How he does it is a Mr. E. There, done it. Haha. I wonder where this Moggy got the puzzle from in the first place. Well, we're just going to talk to him. Good evening, sir. What have you caught? Anything? A fellow night fisherman, are you? What have I caught, you ask? Let me see. I caught a cold. Yeah. No. Fish. Yes. I caught fish. Oh dear. investigating the incident that occurred here earlier today. Do you know anything about it? Incident? What incident? Oh, you mean that incident? So you know about it? The woman who fell into the river? Know about it? I saw it! Saw it with my own eyes! Bingo! An eyewitness straight off the bat. That is fishy. Could you tell us what you saw, please? What, who saw? Me? Yes. You just said that you saw what took place with your own eyes. Oh, yes, of course. The plays, yes, I saw them all right, although it's unusual to see plays here. So, they might have been sold. No, fish. We're asking about the woman who fell into the river. A woman, you say? In the river? Do you know? I think I might have seen something like that. Or did I? Make up your mind, old man! Holy mackerel! Your dog made me jump with an odd-sounding bark. But actually, it made me remember something. Really? It was this morning, early. The sun wasn't quite up yet. I was here fishing as usual. Anyway, nothing was biting, and I was just gazing over the opposite bank absent-mindedly when it happened. I could make out a fellow standing there, and then another figure appeared behind him and shoved him in. What happened to the man who fell in? Well, I didn't see him thrashing about or anything. He just vanished. I don't know if he went under straight away or if he was washed downstream or what. And whoever did it just ran off, just like that, without a second glance. It's a murder then. No doubt about it. There's more to this case, though, Ernest. Carry on, please, sir. What else can you tell us? Well, before I even had time to be surprised, a woman on the side of the river threw herself in as well. Are you certain about that? She definitely threw herself in? Dead certain. Well, I've got a memory like I've got a great memory, me. Says who? You. Thanks for anyone here. She was a young woman. She was standing not far from me, just looking into the water with a sad look in her eyes. But I never expected her to jump in. And it was the same with her. She just disappeared straight away. When she hit the water, I never saw her again. Someone must have called the old Bill, because they were here not long after. I don't think they found her, though. So the woman really did throw herself in. It was a suicide, then. And did you get a look at whoever it was who pushed the man to the other bank, sir? Oh, I saw him all right, yes. But I couldn't really tell you what they looked like. The river's wide here, see? It's a fair old distance to make out anything distinguishing features or such like. So you could see the culprit's face then? Sorry, not at all, no. I couldn't even guess at the person's height, let alone describe their face. I see. Well, you've still given us a very valuable statement, sir. Thank you. You've been a real help. You'll help? Why, have you spotted some? Don't worry, I'll grab the bait and we'll hook them together. No, it's all right. Thank you again for your time. Goodbye now. The opposite bank is too far away for a fisherman friend to have made out the face of the person responsible for pushing the victim into the river. Aha! I had an idea. Ernest, could you just sprint over to the other side of the river now? Just sprint over? That's the best part of a mile. He's not your dog's buddy, Cat. Oh, I don't mind. Hey, you don't mind? Explain why this game confuses you, and I will give you an even better explanation. What's the point? What do you mean by what's the point? Of course not. I'd be delighted to do it. Delighted to? Are you barking? Now what are you grinning like that for? Have you forgotten the legend? When you gaze at each other from opposite banks of the Thames, your love will... I mean, never mind. I'll be on my way. As quickly as you can, please, Ernest. No, that is a bad case of puppy love. Whew, that was a, long way. Now then, Miss Layton should be just over... Yes, there she is. Yahoo! Miss Layton! The other bank certainly is a long way off. I can't make out Ernest's face from here. The old fisherman is right, it seems. Aren't you going to wave back? The little tyke's going to wave his arm off in a minute. Looks like witness statements aren't going to help us identify the culprit. We'll have to find other avenues. You're not hearing me at all, are you? Poor pup. Throw him a bone, Cat!
Two people killed in exactly the same way as the legend. Coincidence? There's no such thing as coincidence.
I'm back. I was waving and waving. Did you see me, miss? No. You didn't? Well, I was deep in thought, Ernest. Oh, I see. Gosh, that sprint must be catching up with me. I feel shattered all of a sudden. Don't be disheartened, Pinstripe. The road to true love is never easy, they say. Ernest, there's no time to catch your breath, I'm afraid. We have to find out more about the victims now. Both the man who was pushed and the woman who threw herself in were residents of Chancellor Lane, according to what Inspector Hastings told us. So let's head back there and see if we can find anything out that might be useful. Okay. Alright, so this will go here. So basically, we're solving a case based off of a legend. And if you know anything about the Thames and how wide it is, this legend is supposedly where you could see your lover on the cross across the Thames, and it's supposed to be a symbol of true love. But somebody pushed the man into the river, and she jumped in afterwards. So somebody recreated it, and we're trying to figure out why and who and what's going on. Obviously, we don't know what's going on. Alright. Alright, we're going to look at her journal. It seems Linda's Mayor Loanida personally requested Inspector Hastings for the case. She explained that the so-called legend of the Thames describes a man being pushed and a woman throwing herself into the river. Did the culprit mimic this legend deliberately? A woman I didn't know came up to me and branded me a so-called detective. Apparently she's Emiliana Perfetti, a highly talented criminal profiler from Scotland Yard. Anyway, moving on. Time to visit the Thames and the scene of the crime. There are scores of people at the ground of the Riverside Festival along the banks of the Thames. It seems the incident and the similarities to the legend of the Thames has sparked a lot of interest in the festival. We'll investigate the opposite fact next. We met a witness of both incidents, but he couldn't make out the person who pushed the male victim into the river on the opposite bank. Head earners go over there to verify this, and it's true. Now back to Chancery Lane to ask people about the victim. So that's what we're looking at there. Let's take a look at our collection. And it looks like I'm not missing any so far. Marble of a mask that glitters with gold. Miracle Maker. Alright. So we are going back down here. Hey, Hey, buddy. Okay, we need to do this. Chancery Lane Corner. It's rather a funny coincidence that both the man and the woman lived here on Chancery Lane. You could say they were our neighbors, but I don't recall ever having seen either of them before. Well, it's not like we've been on Chancery Lane for long, is it? I'm sure we wouldn't recognize the majority of our neighbors. Anyways, let's see if anyone else on the street has some information for us. Okay. Let's take a look. Bunny, did you notice something new? It's the surprise that I mentioned. Very clever planting flowers up there on top of the wall. Hey, Phoenix. The colorful flowers make Chancery Lane even more green and pleasant. Who waters the plants up there and how? Phoenix, you remember this game. Ciao, Bella. Signorina. I have been waiting expectantly for you to visit us again. I'm sure Miss Layton doesn't appreciate your over-familiar talent. How kind of you. Good evening. Actually, I was hoping to ask you a few questions. Have you heard about the couple who went missing in the Thames this morning? cool. Vic and Tim are both regular customers of ours. I see. They come here together on dates, you mean? No, they always come with friends. No, I don't think I've ever seen them here on their own as a couple. Really? Well, thank you for your time. You aren't dining with us today, Selena? Such a shame. Well, don't be a stranger. Ciao, ciao. What a lot of colorful cakes and treats Mr. Lipsky has on display in his window. They're a pleasure to behold, and even more of a pleasure to hold and eat. Doesn't Lipsky make any dog biscuits at all? He's missing a big slice of the market. Good evening, madam. I wonder if you might spare us a minute to answer some questions. Yes, what about? Have you heard about the couple who live here in Chancery Lane that went missing this morning after falling into the Thames? Vic and Tim, you mean? Yes, I heard. It's so awful. Do you know them personally? Oh, yes. They're very well known around here. They're both performers, you see. I love the limelight those two like this. Alright. There is a silhouette of something standing on a pitch black stage. They're waiting for the lights to come on so they can dazzle the audience. Can you light up the whole stage using only 4 spotlights? The lights change direction if they hit a mirror. Select a light to switch it on or off, and illuminate every single square with the spotlights. Alright, so that takes care of all the squares.
If you'll entertain my idea here. Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
You did it! The stage is filled with lights. The star is on the stage. It's showtime. You've solved 20 puzzles. You earned yourself 1 Decker Docket. Well done. You solved it. You're very good, aren't you? Can you tell me more about the couple in question now? Yes. Dick and Tim are both star performers in musical theater. They're both actors, you mean? Yes, and very talented singers and dancers. They have that inimitable stage presence only natural performers possess. It's a terrible blow for the West Indies. There's a suggestion that Tim was pushed. Do you think it's possible someone bore him a grudge? Tim? I can't imagine so. He's such a mild-mannered fellow. And I saw Vic yesterday. She didn't seem any different to normal. I just can't believe she would have thrown herself into the river. Really? You saw her yesterday? That's right. At Lipsky's pastry. Vic absolutely adores the cakes there. I can't bear to think. Can't bear it when I think of Vic's face lighting up the prospect of one of Alex's cakes. I have to believe it's both alright. They'll be found soon, surely. They'll just pop up again somewhere, won't they? Let's hope so. Well, thank you for your time, madam. Oh, you're welcome. I'll just keep on praying for a miracle. Would someone who was so excited about a cake only a day earlier really have thrown themselves into a river the following day? It could have been a final farewell treat to herself. Of course it could. No matter how depressed you were, a delicious cake would always put you in a brighter frame of mind. Not everyone thinks like you do, Kat. Thank goodness. Well, we've at least ascertained that Vic paid a visit to Litsky yesterday. Perhaps Alex may know something useful. Yes, you're right, Ernest. We should go there at once and see what we can glean. If he still has some of the cakes he sold Vic yesterday, we'll obviously have to sample them. How did I know you were going to say that? Alright. So, obviously this goes here. Momento por favor, señorina. Oh, hello again. What can I do for my favorite waiter? I have a small problem I was hoping you could help me with. You see, recently we have started to offer dinners and special ideal meal services at the restaurant. They tell us what they like, and we create the perfect assortment of dishes for them. But it isn't always so. Dare we inquire as to why? Well, our chef's a world-class cook, but he isn't so good at understanding what the customers want. But with the powers of your deduction, Signorina, you would devise the perfect menu for any of our diners. After all, you are a detective. It's your business to work things out about people around you. You see, I think it sounds fascinating. Oh, Miss Layton, you're so good to everyone. Too good, really. Jump in head first, why don't you, Kat? Now you'll find the ideal meal minigame in Katrielle's bag. See if you can put together the perfect combination of dishes to match each diner's peculiarities. Hello, Citron. I am doing just great. We got a brand new web camera, as you can see in the lower corner right there. I'm trying to point that. Yeah, point right there. It's a $40 web camera. It's got RGB onto it. It's not one of those big production value cameras onto it. We kind of don't have the money for all that. But I think for now this will work. Are you up to the challenge? Can you find an ideal meal for every diner that demands service? So before I go anywhere, look at that! There's a puzzle dancing around in the smoke from that chimney. What are you rooting to? I don't see any puzzle. There's no time to explain, Cheryl. It'll float away if we don't act quickly. Sure it will! You have been given two different shaped stars. The one on the left is a pointy star, and the one on the right is a flower-shaped star. Can you use both of them together to make 5 circles? No, this is a Switch version. Press A briefly over a star to change its size from small to medium to large. Press and hold A to pick up a star so you can move it around and use L and R to rotate it. Press and hold A over the star to pick it up and move it to a different location. You can use L and R to rotate it while you're holding it. If you press A briefly over a star, you can cycle through the 3 possible sizes. Each time you tap A, you'll change the star's size from small to medium to large. Alright. Okay. Okay.
This should do it, I think. Puzzles are made for solving.
You did it! You made a new star in the shape of a flower. Haha! That was a fun puzzle. I'm glad I spotted it before it disappeared in a puff of smoke. Alright, let's do that. In this game, you must come up with the ideal meal to satisfy all the exciting requirements of particular diners. You must magic up the perfect mealage of dishes to serve for the hors d'oeuvres, soup, main and sweet courses, demons in the walls. For each course, select the dish you think would best suit the diner in question. You can interview friends and colleagues of diners to gain useful insight into their preferences. Once you've picked something for all of the 4 courses, select Serve or press plus to see how ideal your meal really is. There are 3 possible outcomes: abject failure, something edible, or an ideal meal. Aim high. If you're unsuccessful, take note of what your diner says. It could be a useful hint for when you're rethinking the menu. When you solve certain puzzles in the game, you'll acquire new recipes to include in your menus. Bon chance for bon appetit. Dude, there's something on your wall behind you. The only thing that's on my wall behind me is a thermostat. It's behind my head. What sort of meal are you looking for? No, yes. I want beautiful food. Everything prepared down to last detail. Dishes must inspire my baking mind. Leave it to me, Alex. I'll devise a menu that will blow your socks off. Alright. Orders. Alright. So let's go ahead and interview him. Patsy likes food on plate that is looking beautiful. He cares about appearance of dish. So let's do that. When I think about it, Alex never orders spicy or strong flavored food. He says that he doesn't want to dull his sensitive taste buds. Alright, so with that, we have Scotch egg, avocado and prosciutto salad, prawn and salmon canapes. So let's see, Scotch egg, a British staple of egg and sausage meat coated with breadcrumbs. Avocado and prosciutto salad, a healthy and colorful salad starter popular with young ladies. Prawn and salmon canapes. Juicy shrimps and fresh salmon atop cream cheese spread and crackers. Well, if we know Alex, well, we probably don't have what we're looking for here, because here's the soups. Alright, I got a box of Rice Krispies with a count of 48. Who wants one? Asparagus fish sauces, how that pronounced. Fresh looking and tasting cold soup made from green asparagus. Chinese mitten crab soup, sophisticated miso seasoned crab meat and egg soup. Pumpkin yogurt soup, a piping hot pottage of pureed pumpkin and yogurt. And the main, white fish and coconut curry, which is a spicy dish. A spicy Indian dish using cod and coconut milk. Good for the skin. Whole sea bream sashimi. Skillful knife work creates a divine looking dish from this whole fish. Burger surprise, a ground beef patty that spills succulent egg when cut into. So we're looking at the sweets. Shrikand, mildly sweet but aromatic strained yogurt with cardamom and pistachio. Crema Catellani, crispy caramel top over semi-frozen custard for the more mature palate. Cool jelly, Asian-styled clear jelly with vibrant fish-shaped jelly pieces inside. Now I'm going to have Leo look up this, so that way because you did it for me on the other one. Alright, so we won't we won't do this quite yet because I don't think we have enough dishes. But we are going to move to biscuits. That smell. And look, these biscuits are fresh out of the oven. She's like a little puppy when she comes in here. I adore it when she becomes so excitable. We're never going to get anywhere with this pair. Oh, Alex's brother, Hans, is here too. Perfect. We can ask both of them if they have any information. Bear with me one moment. Okay. Gosh, I've just spotted a puzzle in amongst Mr. Lipsky's delicious treats here. Oh, I wonder if it's edible. An edible puzzle? Delicious. Oh, I don't know, miss. I think perhaps it would be more satisfying to solve it rather than eat it. See you, Eric. Robots take the cake, which is not the same. Okay. Make sure the factory robots place strawberries on all the cakes passing by on the conveyor belts. When you select a robot, it places a strawberry in its hand onto the closest cake. It then prepares a strawberry for the conveyor belt on its other side. Control the robots and place strawberries on every cake. Robots do nothing if there is no cake in position. And you can operate the same robot twice in a row. All right. All right. Now I gotta come up with. Okay. Well, let's do that. And that will be obviously be done with that. Let's get rid of that one. No, that didn't work. Alright. I was talking to somebody. A lot of people actually do it, so. There we go.
If you'll entertain my idea here. Thank goodness I got that right.
Plus, I'm also using this for the walkthrough that I have. Alright. You did it! The robots have even come out to wave the delivery van off the premises. Extra binary. I did it! Very good, Ernest. I think I deserve a cake for that, don't you? I'm sure you do, miss, but perhaps now's not the time. Alright, let's... Good evening, Hans. Ah, Honey Layton. Again, I am sorry about Big Ben incident. I learned my lesson. This is about something else, actually. The couple who went missing in the Thames this morning. Vic and Tim? I hear they are washed away in river. Are they friends of yours? No, yes. I make some props for their theater production sometimes. You do that as well? I say, you are a man of many talents, aren't you, Mr. Lipsky? Do you maybe know something that might help us with our investigation? Perhaps they had some problem that you know about. Or they were worried about something. Sorry, they never say nothing like that to me. I did not even know they were together as couples. But they were? They were planning to take part in show of devotion tonight, then yes. Ruby, there are a lot of things that are hidden in this game that does require a walkthrough. Not to mention that if you go through and solve some of these puzzles are not that simple to solve. You would think that they would be. But if you remember from the Professor Layton ones, there were some real stumpers and stuff. But this is mainly just so I can make this stream not quite as long. Show is only for couples, but I did not know they were going out. Really? They never told this to me or anyone else in theater group. Maybe it was big secret. If it was a secret, taking part in the show of devotion would have somewhat blown their cover. Oh yes, that is why I'm surprised. Hello, detective. Welcome. You come to buy some of my wonderful cakes? Yes. No! Oh, no, actually, we're investigating a case, and I was wondering if you might have some information that could be relevant. This is in reference to Vic and Tim by any chance? So you know them, Mr. Lipsky? No, yes. They live near here. I know their faces, and they come here often to buy my cakes. Vic is in love with my profiteroles. I can't believe they're both missing. Thames is dangerous river. Vic's family are very shocked by this news, I think. I finished that on stream, Ruby. You watched that. No, he's talking about Metroid Prime. Oh. Do you know her family as well? No, yes. In fact, I just ordered from them for profiteroles. Really? They're ordering cakes when their daughter's missing? I thought it was strange, but they made orders so I delivered. And how do they see when you made the delivery? They didn't say nothing to me. They just take profiteroles and close the door. Very intriguing. The Lipsky brothers gave us some rather juicy information there, didn't they? Not half as juicy as those macaroons look on that shelf over there. Not now! Fine, alright then. Let's see if there's anyone else on Chancery Lane who might have some information for us. Perhaps we could head back towards the office. Someone around there might know something. Alright, so we're gonna go in the trunk. According to people on Chancery Lane, the missing pair are stage performers. No one knew of any particular difficulties or problems in their lives. Strangely, no one seems to think they were a couple either. Were they lovers at all? That is quite interesting. Phoenix, you don't have any place to talk. Aha! What is it, Cat? Have you cracked it? That boutique store is open now. Oh, not this again. Yes, it was closed the other day, wasn't it? That old lady said something about the owner only opening up when she feels like it. Let's go in and see what's what. I'm very curious about this place, especially as it was shut the other day. That's right. Shopping's just what we need to solve this case. Don't be ridiculous, Cheryl. But we may find out some valuable information. Well, I suppose you never know where your next lead might come from. Good dog. Right. Let's go in then. Before I do that... You want to buy my pupunyo? If you don't like this pupunyo, I have other pupunyos, plenty of pupunyos for you. Hey, gameplay boy. Ah, thank you, but no thank you. You don't want my pupunyo? Okay, then how about puzzles? Alright. Roll up, and take your chance at a game of hoopla. But this is hoopla with a twist. Not only do you have to get the hoops to land over the pins, but you also have to throw a different number of hoops around the pins according to what color and shape they are. Use the 4 rings to place 1 ring around each circular blue pin, 2 rings around each square green pin, and 3 rings around the star-shaped red pin. Pick up hoops from the left by pressing A, then drag them with A held down to where you want them on the board. In puzzles where you have to take an object and position it in a certain location, press and hold A over the object to pick it up. Then move it to where you would like it. It would be placed wherever you release A. The number displayed next to an object shows how many of it were still available. You need to solve the puzzle without exceeding that number. So right now I got 4. Okay. All right. So we're going to need to put a ring. How do we do this? Okay, that did that. Got it.
So, in conclusion, thank goodness I got that right.
All right. You did it. Nice one. Congratulations! Now I'll perform for you my special pupunya dance. It goes like this, see? Pop, pop, popo, pop, popo, popo, pupunyo. Even I'd fall over trying to do that, and I've got spare legs. When I was a young boy back in Sangrio, I was the champion pupunyo popper in the neighborhood. I'm sure you were. Look at this range. Complete outfits, hats, accessories. I'm sure you'd look delightful in anything at all, miss. I'd love to browse, but the investigation has to come first at the moment. Let's ask if anyone knows anything. big mirror. Let me see. I saw that, Cheryl. You were checking yourself out in the mirror, making sure your coat looks sleek and your ears aren't inside out. No, something just caught my eye, that's all. Ah, it's a puzzle. Perfect timing. I was starting to feel like a bored collie. The best 11. This lot love football, but their team is full of such useless players that they're known as H10, the hopeless 10. Yes, they only have 10 players. Can you move one match to turn them into an 11-player team? Press and hold A to pick up a match so you can move it around. Press L and R while you're holding a match to rotate it. Well, how about that?
This puzzle's got some bite. They didn't call me Sherlock Holmes for nothing.
Well, all you need is 22 people to make a full team. You did it. Now there are 11 players on the team. With a goalkeeper like him, they won't be losing any games, mind you. If they can't score a goal, they won't be winning any games either. The puzzle, because it's the H10, the hopeless 10. And this is soccer. It's European football. They've always called it football. And like I explained to somebody on Twitter, there's actually 3 types of football. And it is still correct to call soccer football because you're using your feet to kick the ball. So there's European football, there's gridiron football, and there's rugby football. Yeah, American football is gridiron football, which involves tackling and everything like that. It's more of a contact sport than soccer is. I think rugby does, but they use a round ball instead of. It's still a football. Because the soccer ball in European football is called a football. Because you use your feet to kick it. And it's mostly just your feet to kick it. Does have football in the acronym. But they also have a European football. Well, what does the FIFA letter stand for? Cause that's soccer. Pretty sure the A stands for association. Kind of like the NBA. That was a decent puzzle worth doing. Now then, where's that annoying tuft? Cheryl, when were you last groomed? I wasn't looking. Don't worry, Cheryl. I'll give you a brush later. Thank you, Pinstripes. Dearie me, fancy bumping into you again. Oh, good evening. Doing a bit of shopping, are we? It's the last day of the Riverside Festival, isn't it? The perfect excuse to buy a new outfit to go painting the town in tonight, I say. I'm especially excited because all the hard work Pipper, that's the mayor, you know, has been putting in this year. Mayor Lorinda? Federal International Day Football Association. International Federation of Association Football in English. Oh, dearie me, yes. We go back a very long way. She was often at high societies too with her father back when I was a young spring chicken myself. So, Miss Lorinda is from a wealthy background? Yes. I must say she's managed the family affairs wonderfully since her father passed away. A credit to her name. I confess I was rather stunned when she announced she was running for mayor, and even more stunned when she won. She certainly gives the impression that the proper governing of London's affairs is very important to her. Oh dear me, no. I don't think that's the reason she stood at all. I think it's fair to say the whole reason she wanted to become mayor was to make the festival more festive again. Really? What do you mean exactly? Oh, I know. She seems like such a quiet thing now, doesn't she? But it wasn't ever so. No, back in her younger years, she loved a good knees up. You see, she doesn't give that impression now at all. Well, of course, the desire to promote the festival is much more than just a personal whim. She has a good heart for her. She wants the people of London to enjoy themselves, so you see. Yes, I can see that her motives have merit. Dear me, there I go again, wittering on. I'm supposed to be buying a dress, not gossiping. Well, toodaloo. That was an unexpected revelation about Mayor Lorinda, wasn't it? Come along, Cheryl, back to the hall. But what about the investigation, miss? There's something I'd like to put to the mayor. Come along, we must hurry. Alright, so this goes here. So that was interesting. At the Lucky Clover, we found out that, though cool and collected now, Mayor Lorinda was once something of a party animal, and that it would be no exaggeration to say she became mayor solely to rejuvenate the festival. It's time to talk to her again. Alright. We are going to leave here, and we're going to go here. And we're going to grab the bike. Guild Hall. Hello again. It is again, isn't it? You were here earlier, I think. Yes, that's right. We'd like to speak with Mayor Laurinida again. I just took some papers to the mayor in her chamber a few minutes ago. She, has a visitor at the moment. A visitor? Oh dear. That's inconvenient. I really need to speak to the mayor at once. The mayor often has visitors, I'm afraid. Like that young couple who are always here. A young couple, you say? Yes, think they work in theater. Or maybe not. Not sure. I had a feeling I recognized their faces from the stage. I just can't, remember their names. Vic and Tim, perhaps? Yes, that's it. That's them. They've, been visiting the mayor almost every day recently. And you know, it all seems to be rather hush-hush what they were talking about. Well, I'm sure I'm just imagining things. Well, maybe I am. Hush-hush? Sounds sus to this pup. So the two missing persons were both friends of the mayor. Miss Layton, this could be a vital clue. I suspect there's more to this than meets the eye. Come along. We must quiz Miss Laurinida at once. So, what it sounds like right now is that this was all a setup. Nobody died, nothing happened. And this was basically a setup. What? Why is this a setup? I think the answer can be, I think it can be answered is that she wanted to try to bring more people in. I think that's the answer here. But I think the mayor is still busy with her previous visitor. I'm afraid this matter is very urgent. Who even is the visitor anyway? I think it was someone from Scotland Yard. A profiler, was it? A profiler? You mean Emiliana Perfetti, do you? Ah, yes, that's right. She said she had some questions for the mayor. Not that old sourpuss again. Emiliana visiting the mayor. Presumably, this means she's also working on the case. Well, if we're all talking about the same thing, they won't mind if we barge in. Yeah, but since she asked you, you take priority. But this is going to answer a lot of questions. Alright. Okay. We're going to try to walk inside. Excuse me, this is a private meeting. Oh, Miss Perfetti. I'm sorry, we weren't expecting to find you here. Is everything alright? It's clear you don't like me. Now, whatever gives you that impression, there's no point trying to deny it. Your intonation betrays your true feelings. That little pause before you spoke, the way your lips curled up, the telltale shift of your eyes. I can read you like a book. Really? How incredible. I had no idea it was being so obvious. You aren't even going to attempt to deny it? Let's get to the matter at hand, shall we? I see you've been interviewing the mayor. Yes, and I presume you being here means you are also investigating this case? Very shrewd. So, what have you found out so far? I don't see why I should tell you. That's right, because we don't actually want to solve this crime or anything. Laura, Let's see if it's even worth filling you in. If you can solve this puzzle, I might consider it. You're asking a Layton to solve a puzzle. And you know Professor Layton? Here we have 9 people, some good guys and some bad guys. If a good guy has a bad guy next to him, he will point at the bad guy. Otherwise, he will fold his arms. Whereas the bad guy always points at someone, whether that person is good or bad. Select a person to mark him as a bad guy. Select again to remove the mark. Place markers on the 2 bad guys hiding in the group. Alright. So there are 2 bad guys. So, which one's the bad guy? Well, these are obviously good guys, because they're... Which, that would mean that these are good guys? Because if they're not pointing at them, then that would mean... And since... If they're good guys, then I'm going to assume that he's a good guy. Does that make sense to you?
I've seen how to solve this now. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it. The bad guys are on the top row, in the middle, and on the right. Once you figure out that bad guys point at good guys, it's easy to spot them both. Well, it wasn't a very difficult puzzle anyways. The perfect storm sweeps in again. As a special favor, I'll give you my analysis of the case. First of all, let's review the facts. This morning, a man was pushed from the bank of the Thames into the river. There was at least one witness, but he was on the opposite bank, and the criminal was too far away to be seen clearly. Soon afterwards, a woman threw herself into the river from the same bank as the witness, which all fits in exactly with the legend of the Thames. Yes, the missing couple are known as Vic and Tim, residents of Chancery Lane. They're both members of a theatrical group who were planning to participate in tonight's Riverside Show of Devotion. However, no one appears to have realized that the pair were seeing each other, which is where the facts diverge from the legend. Meanwhile, we have the information that the couple were meeting regularly with a certain third party. You know who that is, I presume? The very person who instigated the investigation? Mayor Pippa Lornida. Laura, from these facts, there is only one conclusion that can be drawn, and that is, the person who pushed him into the river was Mayor Lornida herself. Never! An interesting deduction, Emiliana. Admit there are some facts missing at the moment, but all the evidence points to Mayor Lornida. There's just one vital factor missing that would incriminate her beyond doubt. Motive, yes? You mean? Yes. I see you and I are on the same page. Naturally, I've explored the possibility of the criminal being someone else. Usually, I get a clear profile of the culprit from the case background and evidence surrounding the victims. But this time their profile isn't coming together. Why did the culprit push the man into the river? And how is that related to the woman throwing herself in? Neither point ties in with the current profile I have built up. This is the first time I've encountered a case like this. The profile, yes? It sounds like you're struggling a bit, Miss Perfetti. Struggling? Ha! The more challenging the case, the more I shine. Did she say shine or whine? I know which one I heard. The fact that the profile doesn't fit some key fact about the case is an important piece of information itself. All I need to do is work that back into my analysis and build up a new profile. So I must get back to the art. The profile doesn't fit the facts. Have you had a thought, Miss Layton? Oh no, it's nothing. Come along, we must talk to the mayor again. Well, I kind of already solved it. Because it's a setup. And that's what we're going to find out. That it's completely a setup. It's to drum attention for the festival. And they created a publicity stunt to draw attention to the Riverside Festival. Because she wasn't getting enough people. And it's working. Excuse me, Mayor Leonida. Oh, hello again. How's your investigation coming along? Very well, thank you. I think we're nearly there. I'd just like to ask you one or two more questions if I may. Of course. Anything to help solve the case, ask away. Thank you. I'll get straight to the point then. It seems you've really gone to extreme lengths for the sake of this year's Riverside Festival. Yes, well, it is a London tradition after all. I'm all for progress and forward thinking, but traditions are very important as well. I hear that you undertook a lot of the planning yourself, and that you wanted to reinvigorate the festival in a way. Yes, I'm afraid I'm not good at delegating. I always wanted to do things myself whenever possible. I also understand that you've been having lengthy discussions with some of the participants in the show of devotion. That's true. It's the climax of the whole festival, so it requires special attention. It's really vital that the festival is a success this year. That's why I've had to plan everything so meticulously. I see. Well, I think we have a good idea of your particularly strong zeal for the event now. Thank you. That's it? Strong zeal? Is that all you've got, Cat? Don't worry, Shiro. It's all I need. Oh, that's strange. What is it, Miss Layton? There's something different about this office. Something's changed since we were here before. Has it? Now you come to mention it. I'm picking up on something too. Have a good look around, everyone. We need to figure out what's different. Well, I'm gonna guess this, because he stands out like a sore thumb. Oh, this teddy bear wasn't here before, was it? Oh, isn't it cute? I must say, though, it doesn't really fit with my image of the mayor. I suppose you wouldn't expect to find a cuddly bear in the office of a go-getter City of London mayor, would you? The truth is, threadbare as he may be, this old friend helps me relax when things are getting a little hectic. It does seem a little out of place in here. You seem so self-assured and confident. Do I? Well, I had quite a few soft toys that I was fond of when I was a little girl. I had one like this too. Okay. Looks like the white, cuddly rabbit needs a bit of color. But there have been a few specific requests. You can use 3 colors, pink, yellow, and blue. Pink should appear in 7 places, and yellow in 4 places. The same color shouldn't appear next to itself. The body and both shoes should be the same color. Select an area of the rabbit to cycle through the colors. Alright, so we are going to paint this thing. So, tell me where pink should go. We're going to start with this one. We're going to make that pink. Now remember, we need to have 7 places be pink. That's 7, right? Alright. Let's do yellow now. Now we need to do 4 places as yellow. How about if we make this one yellow, and that yellow, so that means this is going to have to be blue. I think we just created Easter colors.
This should do it, I think. And that's how it's done.
I think we're getting close to solving this case. You did it. What a colorful rabbit. Looks like it's just the way she wanted it. I had a feeling that wouldn't stump you. My father bought this bear for me. Actually, it was at the Riverside Festival from one of the street stalls there. Ah, so it has special meaning for you then. Yes, that's right. Especially as my father is no longer with us. He was a very busy man. He used to work extremely hard, but even so, he always made time to take me to the Riverside Festival. I loved the festival and the times I spent at it with my father. Ah, so many memories. Yes, there's no greater treasure than memories of your loved ones, is there? Absolutely. And I'm sure lots of Londoners feel the same way about this festival. People in the city have been making wonderful family memories at it for years now, which is why it's such a terrible shame that attendance has been falling in recent years. The idea of abolishing it altogether is just abhorrent. I have to preserve my precious memories. The festival must be a success. Are you alright, Miss Laurinida? Oh, I do apologize. I don't usually let myself get quite so animated. Please don't apologize. It's nice for us lesser mortals someone as cool and collected as you lose a little control occasionally. Being mayor means you have to keep your emotions buried, you see. Really? I would have thought it's better to be true to yourself in a role like yours. Maybe some of us are a little too true to ourselves, eh, Kat? I've had a great idea. I'd like to show you something rather special. Oh? Something special? Yes. There's a balcony just outside here. Would you join me out there for a moment? Why not go to the balcony? Well, what do you think of my view? Aren't the city lights beautiful? It's like all the stars have fallen from the night sky and landed on London. Now that's a view. And you can see the festival ground from here too, look. So you can. The festival lights look lovely as well. They do. It's just a shame that year by year there have been less lights and less people enjoying the event. But see how bustling it is this year? All those people who forgot about the festival over time have come back again this year. And I feel confident now that next year there will be more people again. And even more the year after that. Parents bringing their children, and in the future, those children bringing their own children. That's all I wanted.
This year's Riverside Festival is going to be very special indeed.
Well, I'm very sorry for taking up so much of your time when you're so busy, Laurinida. Oh, that's quite alright. I enjoyed discussing the festival with you. Good luck with the investigation. Thank you. I believe we're homing in on the truth now. Really? That's wonderful. Keep me posted. Keep you posted, huh? I've cracked it. This case is as clear as crystal to me now. It is? I could have sworn we were getting further and further from the truth. Oh, Miss Layton has a knack for seeming like she's going off on a tangent when I'm sure she's really solving the case in her own way. Well, I'm pretty sure anyway. So, let's call Inspector Hastings and ask him to meet us. The time has come for me to reveal the truth behind this whole affair. At once, miss. Have you really figured it out, Kat? Tell all, Miss Layton, please. There isn't long until I have to give the closing speech at the festival. Oh, don't worry. This won't take long at all. As you know, the incidents that took place this morning follow the old legend of the Thames almost to the letter. Yeah, too much of a coincidence, that obviously. Someone clearly made a deliberate effort to copy the legend. Quite right, Inspector. Somebody did exactly that.
All right then. Who's the culprit, Kat?
I think first, Inspector, there's something more important than identifying the culprit.
Wrong.
And that is how crazy you are about festivals, Mayor Lowenida.
Who did it's far more important in a whodunit.
How did you know?
She's right, doggone it! Are you going to explain yourself, Kat, or what?
Mayor Loanida, loving the Riverside Festival as much as you do, it became unbearable to watch its popularity dwindle over recent years, didn't it?
Oh dear.
So she killed him. Is that what you're saying?
No. A festival lover would never do such a thing.
Hey? But you said...
It was all an elaborate show, made possible by the mayor's great power and influence. Part of the festival entertainment, if you will. The murdered couple are alive and well, no doubt hidden somewhere inside this very building.
But she's the one who asked for me to investigate the case.
I'm sorry to say, Inspector, that I believe the mayor thought it was a case you wouldn't be able to solve.
Well, Katrielle, I see you're quite the entertainer.
It's been an eventful festival, that's for sure. And a successful one, too.
Yes. I'm delighted that my last festival as mayor hasn't been a flop. Thank you, Katrielle.
Are you retiring, Pippa?
Yes, I must. I've abused my position as mayor. I just couldn't bear the thought of the festival my father always took me to being abolished, you see. But I've let everyone down.
I see. Well, I'll be sad to see you go.
Mayor Loanida, thanks to you, this year's festival enjoyed a record-breaking turnout. There's just one little problem.
Oh? What problem?
Have a gander at this.
Goodness me, what?
It's a proposal put forward by some of London's youth. They want the same performance you cooked up this year to happen every year, only bigger. They're suggesting calling the old love story thing the Riverside Musical, and they're planning massive participation from youngsters all over the city.
I just don't believe it.
I think London still needs you at the helm, Mayor Loanida. After all, no one loves this city like you do. And it looks like next year's festival is gonna take some planning.
Oh, Inspector Hastings, I don't know what to say.
The missing couple made an appearance at the Riverside Show Devotion that evening. They explained everything that had happened. The festival was an unprecedented success, attended by more people than ever before, thanks to Mayor Loanida's hard work. So it looks as though the festival will remain as one of London's great traditions, as a place where families can gather and make memories together that will last them a lifetime. Another day with no inquiries. Is London really so crime-free? If you've got nothing to do, why don't you tidy up your desk? It looks like a dog's dinner. That mountain of papers and books and goodness knows what else is a disgrace. You should see her father's office. Don't you worry, Cheryl. I have a system. I know exactly where everything is. Miss Layton. Goodness, what is it, Ernest? Don't tell me the people of London have finally cottoned on to me. Are they queuing down the street? I do wish they were, miss. But sadly, no. Oh, well, that's a relief. Yeah. It would be so terrible for business if we actually had some clients. Think about it, Cheryl. The people were queuing up to see me. I have no time for my afternoon tea. We need to get you some motivational training. It's not about being motivated. I'm holding back so I'm ready to respond with pep and verve when the situation really demands it. Now then, what was it you wanted, Ernest? Well, don't be surprised, miss, but I've won! A pair of tickets to the exclusive pre-screening of the new film, A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. Really? That's great, Ernest. So I was thinking perhaps you and I could go together maybe. I mean, well, not as a working thing. I don't know. Oh, please, miss. It's a Maverick D. Richter film. I bet it'll be spiffing. Maverick D. Richter? Is he famous? Is he a famous filmmaker or something? Oh, yes. He's the man of the moment in the film industry, miss. He breathed new life into the whole romance genre with his seminal work. Edie the Extra Hungry Terrestrial and the Attack of the Munchies. Alright, so those titles are reminiscent of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and is that Attack of the Martians? Or Attack of the Mutants, or whatever? What was Steven Spielberg's movies? If that's a real film, I'm a professor of archaeology. Oh! The references inside of the game. It's got everything, Cheryl. Suspense, drama, animal romance. Really, words can't do it justice. So what's this new film of his about then? A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love? Oh, it's about love and emotions and is packed with edge of your seat action. And apparently it has a real twist at the end. Well, I think I feel overwhelmed already. The point is, it's a fantastic film, I'm sure. And there are oodles of famous actors in it. And the sets are supposed to be incredible too. I'm sure you'll love it, miss. It really does sound like my cup of tea, Ernest. It really doesn't sound like my cup of tea, Ernest. Oh. Don't give up, Pinstripes. Keep at her. What would pique Miss Layton's interest? Of course. Well, miss, I've also been given a coupon for a free portion of the brand new durian flavored popcorn. But I don't suppose durian is a fruit. And you make popcorn fruit flavored? You're gonna have confused people. You're gonna have Ruby throwing up. Because he doesn't believe pineapple belongs on pizza. Popcorn, you say? I don't believe it. I'm in. That worked, really? I'd be glad to go with you in that case, Ernest. Where's the film showing? When do we leave? Now she's training on the lead to get there. The preview is being shown at the Savoy. What's that, a famous cinema? Rather, the Savoy Theater is known by film buffs all over the world. It used to just be a run-of-the-mill cinema, but about 10 years ago there was a huge renovation and it was turned into a luxury theater. Since then, it's attracted all manner of culture, figures, and celebrities from London. It's considered the heart of British cinema now. Really? The cinema choice for London's elite. Now I'm interested. The popcorn at such a famous cinema is surely going to be to die for. But the film is what's exciting, miss. Leave it, Pinstripes. We all know by now that Cat's ruled by her belly. Of course, yes. A preview screening at such a prestigious location is going to be a big event, obviously. Oh, it is. I heard that as well as the lucky winners like myself, all sorts of VIPs have been invited too. Really? Oh. In that case, I have to dress up. As what? I was thinking I'd just go dressed as I am now, actually. Well, not me. I have to make more of an effort. That's what a gentlewoman does. I'll go and change now. Just give me a minute. Oh, Miss Layton, it's starting very soon, so, please hurry if you can. Just give me a minute, she says. I know human minutes are longer than dog minutes, but this takes a biscuit. She has been rather a long time, hasn't she? If we don't hurry now, we're going to miss the show. Here I am. Sorry to keep you waiting. How many outfits did you try on? Oh. I say, miss. What do you think, Ernest? Cheryl? Do I look silly in this dress? That's going to be a collection of outfits that's going to show up. Silly? It's amazing what a dress can do. Huh. Well, I was hoping for a little bit of a reaction at least. Well, never mind. What kind of reaction were you looking for, Katrielle? They're sitting there stunned! We better get going or we'll be late. Come along. Alright, let's go. An angel. Miss Layton is an angel. Here we are, miss. The Savoy. It is grand, isn't it? Gaudy, even. I've never been inside before, actually. I'm a little nervous. It's only a cinema. Yeah, come on, Pinstripes. Are you a man or a mouse? Because she'll eat you if you're a mouse. Cheryl, behave. This just isn't something to be nervous about, Ernest. It's not like when I have to add another book to the teetering pile on my desk. Tidy up! Bad dog. Anyway, enough of that. There are a lot of people here, aren't there? Have they all won tickets, do you suppose? I expect so. It's almost palpable, isn't it? How everyone's dying for the film to start. I know I am. Oh, look, miss. Over there. Isn't that Melania? So it is. I wonder if that means something's happened. She could be here investigating. I haven't noticed any kind of commotion or anything. There was an incident that would have livened things. Never mind. let's just go and get the information from the horse's mouth. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Ernest won tickets and has invited Cheryl and I to the premiere of the latest Maverick the Richter film. A naval advance no sub for love. Personally, I'm more interested in the new dairy flavored popcorn that's on sale at the venue. From reports that the mayor knew the missing couple, Emiliana has surmised that Louis and Ida is behind the crime, but her profiling expert can't establish motive, and admits that a clear profile of the criminal is not forthcoming. The incident, mimicking the legend of the Thames, has an elaborate act orchestrated by Mary Lou and Ida and carried out by the stage performers. It's made this year's festival a huge success and secured the event's future. Alright. What's the best option? Is something trouble you, Miss Leonida? Just can't think of a really good idea. It's so hard. Oh dear. Yes? Well, you do have a very difficult job. I think, is it the tax reform? Or, the NHS maybe? No, it's nothing like that. What's really on my mind at the moment is, well, oh dear, don't tell me it's something even more important. I'm afraid that it is, yes. Next year's Riverside Festival. Next year's, festival? Yes! I need a really outstanding idea to make the festival the very best ever. I didn't imagine you'd be, worrying about that yet. I suppose perhaps it is worth thinking about now, maybe? It's only a year away, Hessie. And I'm determined to make next year's festival even more successful than this year's. Aha! How about this? We could start spreading a rumor about a phantom that appears over the Thames. Restless souls that draws people unwittingly to the river to their demise. Or a mysterious beast of some kind, perhaps? A crocodile, yes? An enormous croc that somehow escaped captivity and slipped into the river. Or the dragon that St. George slayed, magically resurrected. How about that? I could even arrange for someone to dress up in costume and terrifying all the festival goers. I think I'd be far too scared. You'd see me there, Mayor. In fact, you definitely wouldn't, probably. Oh, that's no good then. I'll have to come up with another idea. Or, isn't there going to be a musical show about the legend of the Thames next year? That will probably be more than enough entertainment. I mean, I should think it will. Well, maybe anyway. Yes, although that's not something Guildhall will be putting on. I can't let the public outdo me. I need to think of something spectacular. I think I'll spend some time out on the balcony and see if a good idea comes to me there. Well, the success of this year's festival has certainly changed Miss Leonida. Well, almost certainly. She's much less subdued now. Quite a lot less anyway. I like the new mayor. Yes, I really do. I really, really do. Alright, now, we're gonna do this. We're we're gonna save. Because I'm gonna go back to this case and get the rest of the puzzles. And the rest of the hint coins. Their second meeting with Mayor Leonidas, she explains that Katrielle and Co. about a special place at the Riverside Festival occupies their heart. Then, from the balcony of Guildhall, the mayor proudly shows the team to the view she has the festival grounds and its glittering lights. Okay. I must be here. This is Big Ben. There must be a lot of people living in a building of that size, I imagine. Yes, all neighbors to one another. I say, it must be awfully tricky to remember who lives on which floor. These four people, A, B, C, and D, live on different floors of this apartment block. Can you work out from their comments which floor they each live on? A. I live 3 floors below D. B. I live on the 7th or 8th floor. C. I live on an odd number floor. D. The floors we each live on are an equal distance apart. I'm just gonna solve this.
I've seen how to solve this now. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it. A lives on the 6th floor, C lives on the 7th floor, B lives on the 8th floor, and D lives on the 9th floor. Figuring out how far apart they live from each other is a shortcut to the solution. You have a view over so many different buildings from here, don't you? Yes, Mayor Leonidas certainly enjoys the spectacular vista. Alright. I knew you'd come. I knew you'd want to speak to me about it sooner or later. What exactly? As if you didn't know. You want my puzzles. You want to see if you have what it takes to solve Stash and Scarfin's puzzle, don't you? Oh, well, I do like puzzles, yes. Fire 2 cannonballs to destroy all the boxes. You can only hit boxes on the bottom row. If a box is destroyed, the boxes above it will fall down. If the number on adjacent boxes from a sequence starting with 1, all of the boxes in that sequence are destroyed. Which boxes do you need to hit to destroy them all with just 2 cannonballs? Select a cannon to fire it at the corresponding box.
I've seen how to solve this now. Puzzles are made for solving.
You did it. You cleaned those up nicely. There, solved. So, you solved it. Well then, seems I must seek out greater challenges for you. Oh yes, please do. I'll look forward to it. Well, you all look very busy. Personally, I've finished work for the day. Open bracket. Not that I got much done after spending all day on this. Close bracket. Here's some very complicated pipe work. If you turn on the correct 2 valves out of the 8 valves at the top, water will flow out of all the 8 pipes at the bottom. The pipe splits into 2. The water will flow both ways, but only in a downward direction. Select a valve to open or close it, and decide which pipes you'll send the water down. Work out which 2 valves are the correct ones to get water to all exit pipes. We did one that's similar to this. So let's see what A covers. A covers down here and down here. But if we go to B, it goes down, it'll cover these 2. It'll come down here, and it'll cover these 2. But if we go down to C, it's gonna go down here and cover these 2 down here. But if we go down here, it'll cover these 2 here. So let's turn this one on. If we do D, it'll cover these 2, and we go down here and it'll cover these 2. That won't do us any good. If we go down here, this will go down here and it'll cover these 2, but it'll also come down here and cover these 2. That's not what we want. F. F will come down here, cover these 2 here, and it'll come down here and cover these 2. So let's look at G. G is going to come down here and cover this one. It'll also come down here and cover this one. Come down here and cover these 2. I think we got it.
If you'll entertain my idea here. Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
You did it! Turning on valve C and G makes water come out of all exits. Now all the pipes have water flowing through. You spent all day on that, did you? I think you'll find the majority of people would need their thinking caps on all day for something as complicated as that. Alright. Watch it again. But I'm not reading this whole thing.
All right then. Who's the culprit, Cat?
I think first, Inspector, there's something more important than identifying the culprit.
Yeah, we're gonna skip the rest of it.
Are you going to explain yourself?
Mayor Lowenida.
Oh dear.
So she killed...
No. A festival.
Hey?
It was all part of the murder.
But she's the one who...
I'm sorry to say.
Well, Katrielle, I see you're quite the entertainer.
It's been an eventful.
Yes.
Are you retired?
Yes, I must. I just couldn't bear.
I see.
Mayor Lowenide.
Oh?
Have a gander.
Goodness me.
It's a propos... They want the same performance you cooked up. They're suggesting calling the old love.
I just...
I think London still needs you at the helm, Mayor Lowenida. And it looks like next year's fest...
Oh, Inspector Hastings.
Okay. Nailed it. Okay. Alright. So. Foxy Professor Pillow. Hey, Ancient One.
not a bad look, I think.
Alright. Time to go. Katrielle and Co. head for the famous Savoy Theatre in London's West End for the premiere of Maverick D. Richter's new film, A Naval Advance No Sub for Love. And who do they spot among the crowd of cinema goers? Was Scotland Yard's famous profile, Emiliana Perfetti. Alright. We are going to look for more coins. Okay. Interesting. There's a puzzle here by the poster. I expected some competition or other run by the theater, don't you think? I'm not sure that it is, actually. Well, no sense letting a good puzzle go to waste. A princess has been snatched away to the evil king's castle. A knight has stepped up to rescue her. Unfortunately, the knight's beloved horse is a little skittish, so getting to the castle won't be easy. The horse moves like a knight in chess, in the shape of an owl. You can jump over anything that is in the way, but you cannot land in squares with trees or poisonous lakes. Press and hold A over the horse to pick it up and move it around the board. Work out a path to the evil king's castle. The knight moves just like a knight in chess, as displayed in the diagram. First, he moves 2 spaces backwards, forwards, left, or right. Then 1 more space to the right or left side of that direction, depending on where he wants to end up. Okay. Okay.
I've seen how to solve this now. Puzzles are made for solving.
You did it. The princess has been rescued, although your beloved horse seems to have carried her away. Bad luck, brave knight. And keep up the good fight. See if you can complete the challenge in 6 steps, which I did. There, I've solved it now. I was wondering, miss, perhaps we could go and see a film together sometime. Film together again sometime. I mean, just the 2 of us. 2 of what? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Oh, nothing, miss. Forget I said anything. Good evening, Emiliana. Katrielle, what are you doing here? Ernest here won tickets to see some lovey-dovey film or other. So I decided to come along with him. But the question is, what are you doing here, Emiliana? Has there been an incident? No, I'm not here on police business. I've come to see the film as well. Oh, I didn't realize you were a film buff. Well, I wouldn't describe myself as a buff exactly, but I enjoy the change of pace. Profiling all day demands a huge amount of concentration. But the only people here tonight are either involved in the production VIPs, or they won tickets like I did. So I presume that means you entered the prize drawing as well, did you? Va bene. See, I entered the prize draw. So what? That doesn't make me a film buff. I just entered the draw because I felt like it and happened to win. But that's incredible. I mean, it's such a long-anticipated release. The competition was fierce. The chances of winning were tiny. I had to enter the draw over 100 times before I won. Well, I entered more than 200. 200? I mean, I am just a very lucky person, that's all. But see, I understand. Yes, it's all very clear now. You put up a pretense about not really liking films, but the truth is, you're here for the Tyrian popcorn. What possible evidence do you have to support your claim? I don't even like popcorn. You still refuse to admit it? It's not true. I'm not going to stand here and argue with you all night, Katrielle. I'm going in now. Oh, yes. So should we. I'll just get out our tickets. Yes. Hello, sir. We're having a good evening, yes? Yes. This is rather delicate, sir. You see, yes, I'm afraid that dogs are not permitted in the theater, Yes? Yes, and you see, this ticket is only valid for 2 persons. The person chooses containing 2 numbers and not canine, yes? Oh, I see. Gosh, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. It never crossed my mind to buy a ticket for you. Oh, Ernest, you'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on, would you? And you wouldn't? Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. I'm afraid you'll just have to wait out here until the film is over, Cheryl. Oh, sure. I'll just hang out on the street like a stray. I didn't even bring my coat. It's not even as if I can go back and wait at the office. These paws can't open no doors. Fine. Alright, I'll wait here. Just do me a favor and don't watch all the ending credits. Good boy. We'll be back soon. Alright, Aaron, shall we? Oh, yes. What doggy deity have I upset to deserve this, eh? Poor Cheryl. can't believe it's upon us. Maverick Director's latest masterpiece awaits. I'm beside myself with anticipation. Miss Layton, I really am. Ernest, this No Stuff for Love film? It's a romance story, is it? You've only just worked that out? Well, yes, it is a romance, but it's so much more than that, miss. Actually, you can't pigeonhole Rector's work. It transcends genres. You see, miss, Rector used to direct cult B movies. He had quite a following of die-hard fans even then. I think it must have been his attention to detail. I mean, really, he was a complete perfectionist. But he somehow managed to appeal to Joe Public. Then about 10 years ago, he started to move into a more mainstream genre, romance stories and so on. That's when he started to become more popular by appealing to a wider audience. Now he's regarded as one of the greatest directors of our time. His films are always highly anticipated. I must say, I've always thought his films are capital. I've been a huge fan even since his cult B movie days. My all-time favorite was The Wallow. It has to be Wallow, the mud-bathing robot hippo on a mudless post-apocalyptic Earth. That is a Disney film! So, you're also a fan of Mr. Rector's films, are you, Emiliana? Well, of course. I think he's a fantastic director, but no, I'm more interested in the actors in this film. Oh, you mean Leonardo DiCaprio? The lead? Seriously? I hear he's ever so popular with the ladies. Not anymore, he's not. But he is extremely good looking. And an excellent actor, of course. After all the action roles he's played, I'm dying to see what he's like in a love story. Really, Anna? I didn't take you for a lovey-dovey type. How cute. Oh, I didn't mean... I am not lovey-dovey, no. Anyway, when you're finished teasing me, look, it seems the VIP guests have arrived. Oh?
Hey, look! Wow!
It's the dragons! Well, London's wealthiest would be at an event like this.
And this is where everything begins. The last two cases were warm-ups. Every one of them looks very well off. Who are they all? You're a very poorly informed, Katrielle. Everyone in London knows who they are. They're known as the Dragons, the 7 Dragons of London. 7 dragons? Yes, some of London's wealthiest residents, moguls of media, finance, transport. But between them, they really control the city's economy. Although some of them do come from wealthy families, it's really only in the last 10 years that it become so well known. Oh, not very long then. Especially in a historic city like London. True. And of course, it's not just people here in London want to know. The whole world's eyes are trained on these 7 multimillionaires. Well, they certainly do sound very influential. You know one of them already. Oh yes, Mary Leonida. So she's one of the 7, is she? Oh, we must go and say good day, Miss Layton. Yes, I think there's still time before the film starts. Let's go and say hello. Alright, now, time to take a look at the building. I take it that this is going to be a Titanic film. Good evening, Pipper. Katrielle, I wasn't expecting to see you here. No, well, in truth, films aren't my thing. I'm here for the fun. I don't doubt it. I didn't realize you were one of the 7 dragons of London. Oh, that's really my father's report. But I don't think of myself as a millionaire. I think of myself as London's mayor, nothing more. And that's a very worthy title. Not everyone has what it takes to be mayor in a city like this one. You're too kind, Katrielle, but it's always nice to receive a compliment. Now then, there's someone I'd like to introduce you to. This is a friend of mine, Mr. Phineas T. Barnard. Howdy! It's a real pleasure to meet you. So, you're this Katrielle Layton I've been hearing about, eh? Pipper's told me all kinds of stories about you. All good. All good, don't you worry. I've been just dying to meet you. Well, it's an honor to meet you too, Mr. Barnard. You're on the VIP guest list, I presume. VIP guest list? That's a good one. You'll be saying I want a ticket next. Oh, so in what capacity are you here then? I was under the impression you either had to win a ticket or be invited especially. You don't have a clue who I am, do ya? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll set you a little puzzle. If you can solve it, I'll fill you in. He's the director. You decided to visit a fabulous fortune teller, but it turns out you can decide your own fate with a little bit of brain power. If you can stack all the cards into a discard pile, you'll have a good luck. The only rule is that you must either follow number or suit when placing a card on the pile. So get stacking and take control of your own destiny. Alright.
This should do it, I think. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it. The swirling mist of your fortune are clearing. I see a heart card. You are about to find love. Garlic soup, huh? They told me you were good at puzzles and they were right. Sorry, I wasn't trying to test you or nothing. I just wanted to see it with my own eyes. See, I'm a big fan of detective work. Well, I hope I didn't disappoint you. contrary. So we had a deal, didn't we? Let me tell you about me. I'm the manager of the Savoy. You see, the Savoy being the greatest darn theater in the West End, bar none. I'm the one who put on the screening. Oh, you mean you own the Savoy? That's right. Now, I hear you blew Pip's little festival plot out of the water. I was wondering what kind of girl you were, and now I see. Mighty fine. Well, I hope you enjoy the show. After all, if it tanks, I won't make any money out of it, will I? Well, the truth is, I'm really here for the popcorn, not the film. Ah, the all-new durian flavor, you mean? You know I came up with that myself. You have to keep thinking of new ideas if you want your customers to keep coming back, right? I just let Pip try it. As it happens, not her cup of tea at all. I see. You're involved in all aspects of business. How interesting. Well, that popcorn certainly has a unique flavor. Perhaps a little too unique. A good example of effort, not necessarily producing results. I'll judge that for myself, I think. Now, where do you get it? It's on sale at the kiosk back there. Show them your coupon and they'll give you a tub. Oh, look. That's old Dubley over by the kiosk there. Madame Dubley. To you. You should introduce yourself. Madame Dubley? Is she another of the 7 dragons? Gretchen Dublé is a name you do well to remember, Miss Layton. And a word of advice, never forget the madam. She controls a whopping great empire of business stretching right across the globe, you know. Yeah, she practically breathes money. They used to say that the sun would never set on the British Empire. Well, if that metaphor holds any water at all, Madame Dublé would be the sun. She's the glue that holds us all together. The mother dragon, you could say. I see. Well, she certainly sounds larger than life. If she wants your detective agency to have any chance of success, it would be wise to move to befriend Madame Dublé, Katrielle. I suppose detective work does rely on maintaining relations with people. It's true. I could just say hello while I queue up for my popcorn. Why don't you queue up for your popcorn? You really haven't grasped how important she is, have you? Alright. So. Oh, there's something caught on this leaf here. What is it? It's a puzzle, miss. Oh, I say, I'd love to see you solve it. Here we have a simple child's toy that consists of 5 rows of 5 wooden poles each, on which you can thread colored beads. A little boy was counting the beads on, but he's lost count. With a view from above, from the front and from the right hand side, can you work out how many red beads there is in total? Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 9. I'm going to say 9. How many did you count? Or anyone for that matter.
This is an interesting one. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
You did it. You really need to be able to visualize things in 3 dimensions to crack that puzzle, don't you? There, I showed that puzzle who's boss, didn't I? I must say it's an unusual place to find one. Perhaps it's here to entertain people while they're waiting for their film to start. Sure it is. Here we are at last, the kiosk. Time to sample all the new popcorn. Sample the all-new popcorn delight. Oh no! What's the matter? There's no one at the kiosk. I won't be able to get my popcorn. Never mind, miss. How about introducing ourselves to Madame Dublé instead? Ah, so near and yet so far. You must be down in the mall, miss, remember? Mr. Barnum said she'd be able to... Barnum said she could be a very useful contact. Yes, alright. Let's say a quick hello then. Do you know which lady she is? I suspect that lady over there might be who we're looking for. Yes, I think you might be right. She certainly stands out as being... She's kind of the only one that's standing there. Oh, there's the other. Oh, I found 10. Goody. Oh, I say, miss, a hidden puzzle, look! Well found, Ernest. Why don't you solve it, seeing as you found it? Me? Oh, well, alright then. I can't very well shy away from a puzzle and still claim to be a worthy assistant of the great detective Katrielle Layton, I suppose. Some juice vats are connected up as shown. There's a 2-liter, 3-liter, 4-liter, and 5-liter vat in the system. When you select the tap, juice flows in the direction of the arrow at the tap. Either the vat it's coming from is empty or the vat is filling up, it's full. Divide up the juice so that the two tanks on the left are full exactly to the red line marks. Okay. That was actually
So,
simple.
in conclusion, still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
You did it! What a relief! The juice is where it needs to be, and all is right in the world. Oh, top drawer! I did it. Well, Ernest, that was very impressive. Anyone would think you were vying for my position as chief detective. Oh no, miss, never. I'm quite content as your assistant. More than quite content. Very content. Extremely content. Oh, ferocious figurine. Take a look at it. Let's read some documents. It's my first time at the Savoy. We bumped into Scotland Yard's super profile at Emiliana Perfetti once again. Also present are the 7 so-called dragons of London, the capital's famous multimillionaires. This has all the hallmarks of an exciting show. Garlic soup. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to be Madame Dublé, would you? Indeed I would. And you are? I'm Katrielle Layton from the Layton Detective Agency. Pleasure to meet you, Miss Adam. Oh, the Layton Detective Agency, you say? Now where have I heard that name before? Ah, you must be the famous Herschel Layton's daughter, are you? How is the professor? Is he in good health? I think so. You think so? Well, no. I mean, he's very well, yes, thank you. I'll be sure to mention to him that I met you. Yes, please do. Tell him I should be very much like to meet when he's next available. I wish I could. Goodness, it's nearly time for the show. I promised myself a little tipple before it begins. Do excuse me. Very well done, Miss Layton. I think you made an impression. I don't know, Ernest. All this hobnobbing with the rich and famous is taking its toll on my nerves. Oh, I don't believe it. Over there, look. It's Maverick Director. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Maverick Director. Thank you all for coming to see the premiere of my new film. I hope you enjoy A Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. The screening is about to begin, so if you'd all like to make your way to your seats. Oh my! Giddy on! I can't believe it! It's the real Maverick Director! Miss Layton, I've never seen the real Maverick Director before. But you've seen the fake one? No, I didn't mean... Oh, there's no time for that. The film's about to start. We must take our seats. Aren't you forgetting something, Ernest? First I have to redeem this coupon for my durian popcorn. Oh, and look, the kiosk attendant has returned. But what if the film starts while you're waiting for it? Everyone else is already inside. Quickly, miss, we must hurry. Oh, yes, sorry for the wait, ma'am. We have a full house tonight, and with all the VIP guests demanding attention, huh? Yes, it's been quite busy, I'm afraid. I see. Well, anyway, I believe this coupon entitles me to some free popcorn. The new durian flavor? Ah, yes, that's correct, ma'am. Are the features about to begin? I think so, huh? Yes, please take your seat immediately. I'm sorry, miss, but we really must go in now. Let's watch the movie. Ahem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the premiere screening of my latest work, On Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. The story begins with a young couple who meet at a ramshackle old cinema out in the sticks. The man wants to become a film director, whilst the girl nurses her dream of being an actress as she waits tables in a local cafe. A turn of events sees the pair on a luxury cruise ship together, and they fall more and more in love as time goes on. But then, something terrible happens. The ship, a relic from an ancient civilization, starts to sink into the sea. The situation is desperate. There seems to be no way out. The couple are doing everything they can to survive. Well, I think I'd better stop there. I don't want to spoil your enjoyment of the story after all. I'll just finish by saying that this film is the culmination of years of work and marks, I believe, the pinnacle of my career. I'm sure you're all going to love it. Of course, it would never have been possible without the support of so many people. The fantastic actors, the cameramen and women, and the sound crew, my assistant artistic directors, the editing staff, and above all, my wife, who has been a constant source of encouragement and never stops believing in me. I'd like to say an enormous thank you once again to everyone involved in the production. So, without further ado, I present to you On Naval Advance, No Sub for Love. Well, the movie sucked anyway, so. What's going on? What's happened to my film? Why is it cut there? No, this isn't right. The last scene, the kiss scene, the big finale. Someone's stolen it. Excuse me, Mr. Barnum. Has everyone left now? Yep. That's the end of that. We've had to cancel the screening, so I sent everyone home. You're a friend of Miss Layton's now, aren't you? But I'm not sure if friends is the right word, but well, I'm Emiliana Perfetto. I'm a case analyst and profiler at Scotland Yard. The thief of the climactic scene of the film is a very serious offense. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some questions about it. Yes, could you tell us what you know about the events leading up to the discovery of the missing scene? Katrielle! What are you still doing here? And why is that hound with you? Hey! Well, everyone else is left now, so I thought Cheryl could help sniff out clues. But we don't need any sniffing around here. Keep your nose and your dog's nose out of businesses that don't concern you. But it does concern us. Mr. Barnum personally requested that I stay and help. You bet I did. Talk about luck, having a Scotland Yard officer and a private eye on sight. Ha ha ha. Anyways, I'd like to ask both of you to help figure out what happened here. Who the heck cut that kiss scene out of the film, huh? If anyone can solve this case, it's the woman who figured out the Riverside Festival shenanigans. Isn't that right, Katrielle? You take on the case, won't you? Well, I couldn't very well turn you down after that glowing praise, could I? Of course I'll take on the case. And mystery solved. That's my motto. Mr. Barnum, please. I'm more than capable of handling this case. Leave it to the experts at Scotland Yard. Oh no, I'm not saying I don't think you're a talented detective as well, Miss Perfetti. But a little competition should make you both work harder. Well, you'll soon see that I pinpoint the truth much more critically than a so-called detective. That's the spirit. Good luck to the both of you. Well, don't just stand around here chatting to me. You better run along to get a statement from old Rector. Hadn't ya? Where is he now? Do you know? Sure do. He's right over there. Still totally dumbfounded, poor guy. He put his heart and soul into that final kiss scene. It's kind of hard to understand why anyone would have done this, I must admit. So, that is for you two ladies to figure out, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Alright. I think I am going to read this first. Tragedy strikes. While introducing ourselves to the dragon of the seven dragons at the Subway, I missed my chance to sample the durian popcorn I've been looking forward to. We've had to go into the auditorium as the film is about to start, but I haven't given up hope. Alright, we're going to do this, because I'm going to end it here. The Layton Museum has a vast array of interesting items on display from previous Professor Layton games. And this is where I learned about all these games and why I decided I wanted to play them. Okay. So we're gonna spend museum points, and I get museum point. I believe I get museum points from doing daily puzzles. And I'm not going to do the daily puzzles on stream. I'm going to actually do those off stream, but I'm going to show the Layton Mystery on stream. Alright. So, with that being said, we're gonna raid Lightning Theron. And we're gonna leave the raid on YouTube right now. Really? She was live 29 minutes ago. Oh. Well, I guess we won't read her. Let's raid Radix then. Or did we already raid her? Oh, we raided her yesterday. What? Okay. We'll raid our 3D game. Alright. So, we're going to be rating R3D Gaming. What's he playing? Alright, give R3D Gaming a like and a subscribe. And we are out.